Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad you're here and I'm so glad you clicked on today's video. We are doing another little vlog, another weekend in my life. It's the end of October, so I thought I'd bring you guys along with me and show you how I do kind of like my monthly reset. The end of the month is always like the busiest time for me because I'm usually rushing to meet deadlines, submissions, trying to make sure I'm getting up everything that I want to get up for you guys. But also I usually go through and reorganize my books for the month, which sounds absolutely bonkers, I know. At the end of every month, I feel the urge to kind of go through and reorganize my books. I do a deep clean of the apartment, I do a huge grocery shop. I basically just prepare for a brand new month. It's also the end of October though, which sad. It's literally my favorite month. I'm hoping in the month of November we'll be able to do a few more fall activities before we jump into winter time. And I'm nervous because I don't know when winter is going to start here. Everyone's been saying that this winter is supposed to be like one of the badder ones, and that scares me. So I'm hoping it doesn't start for a long time and we can squeeze in a few more fall activities in November. That's what we're doing in today's video. I'm doing a little vloggy vlog. We went shopping yesterday and I actually picked out some really cute stuff. But we also went to a new Barnes & Noble, best Barnes & Noble I have ever stepped foot in. So I actually did film a few clips in there and I'll show you guys in a little bit. But this whole morning you guys saw me get ready. I've been editing for like 2.5 hours already. I'm gonna take a quick break though. I'm gonna go get ready. Chris and I are actually gonna go take a few pictures for ROH because we have a crew neck / hoodie launch coming up this weekend and I'm super excited about it because they just turned out so stinking cute. But that's the plan. We are gonna go change. I just caved and bought Abercrombie jeans and I'm so happy about them. So these are their 90s relaxed jeans in the high-rise style and they're literally just a plain pair of like super dark blue jeans. I also got them in like a lighter color but still like semi-dark. These are like a medium wash, I guess you could say. I decided to splurge on them and see what the hype was all about. I have to say I think the hype is totally real. I think just in the quality of the jeans alone it's like worth the price. They're like the first pair of jeans that I have ever worn that like fit me perfectly. Like usually when I buy jeans I have like a huge gap at the waistline. These fit me perfectly and I was so happy about them. Had to share my Abercrombie purchase with you guys because I feel like it was like a big girl purchase almost and a pretty exciting one. But I'm gonna finish getting ready and we're gonna go take some pictures. It looks kind of windy out so I'm a little bit nervous, but hopefully we can make it work. This is my second coffee of the day. So I have been editing for a little bit now. Editing is such a crazy long process, as you guys have probably heard me talk about in the past. But I actually wanted to take a moment and share like a few of my little editing secrets with you guys because I get so many questions, surprisingly, how I do special effects, color grading. I thought it'd be really fun to like sit down and share some tips and tricks on editing for those of you who want to start a YouTube channel or already have a YouTube channel. We don't gatekeep here. I also feel like I'm always the person to hype other people up when it comes to starting a YouTube channel. It truly is such a fun and exciting thing to do. But first things first, when it comes to editing, you need an editing software. I always get questions on what I use when it comes to editing. And when it came to trying to pick out an editing software, I wanted to make sure I was going to get one that was going to make editing super smooth, fun, and efficient because it's very time consuming. I also just wanted one that was user friendly because there are so many editing softwares out there that are just not user friendly or beginner friendly. When I started my channel originally, it took me so long to get through one video. I remember always getting super stressed out when trying to figure out how to do special effects. For those of you out there who are brand new to it, I'm hoping this helps you. So I use Filmora to edit all my videos between YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. Whether you're starting a YouTube channel or you already have one, I honestly think everyone should use Filmora for editing. They make it so easy to edit videos. Like I said, when I started making videos, I would have to spend so much time searching the internet. One of my favorite things to add into videos though are special effects and overlays that either give off a retro film vibe or a TV aesthetic vibe. Filmora literally has the biggest selection of video effects and overlays to choose from though. I'm sure you can guess it, but the retro and TV overlays are my absolute favorite. I love using the glitch overlays for montages, but one of my favorite overlays at the moment is the retro noise overlay 10. This is just so fun and aesthetic to place over montages in my reading vlog, and I love the retro vibe it gives. Like, I don't know, I just think it looks so cool. I also really love using the film effects that Filmora offers. Retro Film Overlay 16 is one of my favorites. This one is so cute, as well as the Film Grain Style Overlay 4. I think these are both so great for intros as well as montages throughout a video. One of the coolest things that Filmora offers is an AI music generator. This literally has saved me so much time when it comes to editing. The AI music generator will literally create copyright-free music for specific clips in your video depending on the length and vibe you want. Finding the perfect music can definitely be time-consuming, but Filmora's AI music generator literally saves the day every time I sit down to edit. Filmora overall has literally changed my entire perception when it comes to video editing. I used to dread sitting down to edit my videos because it would be so time-consuming, but Filmora has made it so much easier and more efficient when it comes to editing videos. They're actually running a super fun campaign right now called Grow with Filmora, where you create a video on one of the themes, and when you submit your video, you can earn the chance to win a 1-year Filmora license, a promotion of your content, partnership opportunities, and $500 for content creation. It's super easy to enter as well. All you have to do is create your video and then post it on YouTube, TikTok, or Instagram, and just use the hashtag Grow with Filmora. I cannot recommend Filmora enough. They literally make it so easy and fun to edit your videos. I'll also have it linked down below for you guys to check out the software and download it for yourself. I'm going to finish up editing this video really quick. I got like a ton of new books recently, so we'll do my book haul after. Okay guys, it's the next day. I actually just dropped off some books at my free little library over here. I basically went through and like unhauled a bunch of books because I have books everywhere in my bedroom, and I went crazy last night and cleaned the heck out of it. So I just got rid of some books, and now I'm about to head out to go get my nails done. I'm actually getting like my acrylics taken off. I like to get them off after a few months, just kind of let my nails breathe and heal and just chill out. So I'm gonna get these off, and then I was also thinking of maybe getting a pedicure because I haven't gotten one in a while. Yesterday was kind of just like a chill day. I was editing all day yesterday, and then when I finished, I kind of just cleaned up my room a little bit. The rest of the night we literally just hung out because I'm trying really hard to get back on like a good routine, especially with doing what I do. I feel like it's just so easy for me to stay up super late at night editing, and I don't want to do that. I just want to be in like a good healthy work routine. So we just kind of hung out. I still really want to do a book haul for you guys because I actually got 2 book packages yesterday. They're from Owl Crate, which is a book subscription that I'm a part of, and I have to show you guys them. They are gorgeous special editions of really cool fantasy books that I want to read. I definitely want to show you guys those in a little bit. I still have to tell you about my Barnes trip too. I have not stopped thinking about this Barnes & Noble since we went to it. I have to grocery shop. I have to drop off a few packages, which you guys can't see. I have some packages I have to drop off from my Pingo because I also listed a ton of books on Pingo last night. This is like the ultimate reset day just because I'm kind of getting everything finished up today so I can start Monday easy and fresh. That's planned for today. We are gonna head out and go do my nails really quick, get that over with. It shouldn't take too long because I'm getting them taken off, and usually that doesn't take too long.
Afternoon on a train, I only took it because it started to rain.
Okay guys, I just got home and Chris is in the shower right now. I'm actually gonna bring him grocery shopping with me. So he's getting ready. We're gonna go grocery shopping after, but I thought I would take this time to do our book haul that I have literally been talking about nonstop. I am so excited to do this book haul with you guys. So I'll start with the Barnes & Noble books that I picked up the other day. It was such a cool experience. I had never been in a Barnes & Noble that was like 2 stories or more than just like 1 story, because I know there's Barnes & Nobles out there that are like multiple stories. It was really cool going into a 2-story Barnes & Noble. It was just so pretty in there. There were so many books.
Picnic with my best friends. We start to plan what we will do. Now life's back in color and everything's feeling brand new. Well, I read that the French always say what's on their mind, leaving lipstick stains on tall glasses of wine. Practically invented being nonchalant for fun. They tear apart Voltaire just like afternoon croissants, strolling over bridges that were built in Renaissance. Isn't that what every romance loving 20-something woman wants? Midnight in Paris, I've always heard there's magic in the air as you're watching people dance by sand. Midnight in Paris, oh what a feeling. Steps on cobblestones, thinking this must be La Vie en Rose.
It was just so magical. I feel like it was the most beautiful Barnes I had ever seen. I picked up 3 books that day at Barnes & Noble. I'll start with the first one, which is Done and Dusted by Lila Sage. I think this is a re-release. I read that somewhere recently, and it was on like their new and trending table, book talk table, so I decided to pick it up. A lot of people were saying that this gives off Chestnut Springs vibes, which I'm not even gonna talk about it, but if you know, you know. So I had to pick this up. You guys know I love my cowboy romances. The next 2 books I picked up are King of Pride and King of Greed. These are special edition versions of her 2 most recent books that came out. I would do anything to get the special edition of King of Wrath because I think it is absolutely gorgeous, and I'm totally kicking myself in the butt for not getting it originally. These are absolutely stunning. I did pre-order King of Greed from Barnes & Noble, so this one came in the mail, and this is just like the normal edition, and then this is the Barnes & Noble special edition. You can tell it is very different. King of Pride is book 2 in the Kings of Sin series. I've been eyeing this one for such a long time. I love the purple. Kai and Isabella's story is also like one of my favorites. When I saw they had this one available too, I had to grab it. King of Greed I'm wrapping up right now. I was actually reading it at the nail salon, and oh my gosh, it's just so good. She writes like the best romances. Her characters are just unmatched. I love the storylines of all her books. So this is just the normal edition that I pre-ordered and got in the mail. I have Powerless by Elsie Silver. This is book 3 in the Chestnut Spring series, and I was actually really surprised that I got this as early as I did, because I could have swore this wasn't supposed to come out until like November 7th or sometime in November. Maybe that date's for when it actually hits like bookstores in person. I was able to get it online. I was so happy about it. I already have like the mirror editions of the Chestnut Spring series, but when I saw that Bloom was coming out with these covers, I wanted to collect them as well, just because I think they're equally as stunning. Then we have A Curse for True Love by Stephanie Garber. This is a special edition from Barnes & Noble. The cover is absolutely stunning. I love this so much. These are also the special edition covers from Barnes & Noble, and they're actually really hard to find now, so I'm really happy that I grabbed them when I did. This is the final book in the series. I am so excited. The Ballad of Never After left off on the craziest and saddest cliffhanger. I am like very nervous. I got this I think 2 or 3 days after the release, and a lot of people had already read it and started reviewing it by then, and so many people were saying that they didn't like it and that they were kind of hoping for something more, something different. It's making me really upset, and I feel like the same thing kind of happened with Things We Left Behind by Lucy Score. Everyone had so much hype for the last book, for Lucian and Sloane's story, and then we all got there and it wasn't like what we wanted, or like not even wanted. It wasn't what we necessarily expected expected to happen. So I think honestly, as the readers, we're partly to blame for that, because finally get to them, we've hyped them up so much that they're usually underwhelming to us. And it's not because they're bad books, it's just because we created unrealistic expectations in our mind. Nonetheless, I'm gonna go into this with a open mind and opened heart. I'm sure I'm gonna love it. Like, I loved the first two books so much. If you're not familiar, this is also a part of the same universe as the Caraval trilogy. So a lot of people say that you should read Caraval before jumping into these books. I didn't. And then last but not least for our book haul, I have two special edition fantasy books from the book subscription Owl Crate. I'll start with the adult fantasy one because I was the most excited for it. I have Starling House by Alex E. Harrow. This is gorgeous in my opinion compared to the original cover. I am living for this. I think it's so stunning. Here's the hardcover, which is stunning. They actually put foiling inside the book. I am obsessed with this edition so much. I'm so excited about it. This is what the back page looks like. And then it's also sprayed edges, which is super fun. I think it just matches the whole vibe of it. The young adult fantasy book of October is This Dark Descent by Kaylin Josephson? Wait, I don't know if I'm saying that right. I am so sorry. But this is what the cover looks like. The back is absolutely stunning. The pages are also stenciled, which I thought were really fun. This is so cool. I think this might be one of my favorite hardcovers. I just love the detailing and there's like so much going on here. When you open it up, we have a gorgeous scene. I think the inside dust jacket is really cool as well. I think I shared my September ones with you guys in like a previous vlog, but I have them right here. September's was A Study in Drowning and After the Forest. These sound so good. I also love like the vibes of this one. It's kind of giving off like Hansel and Gretel vibes, even though I know it's not, but it's just like the vibes it's giving off. So in the month of November, I am hoping to tackle these very fun fantasy books. Being a part of Owl Crate is super fun because it's like forcing me to branch out away from like popular fantasies. But that is it for my book haul. Oh, I also got a new Stanley Cup and I got it the same day we went to Barn. We stopped at like a Dick's Sporting Goods, but it's like a House of Sports. They literally had a rainbow wall of Stanley Cup. I thought it was so crazy. So Chris and I picked up new Stanley Cups while we were there. I just think it's so funny because I remember when Stanley Cups were like kind of blowing up like a year or two ago and you could not find them anywhere. Like they were constantly sold out. And so walking into Dick's the other day and seeing like a rainbow wall of them, I was like, oh, well that's crazy. I think I'm gonna make a coffee, which sounds crazy, but I actually didn't have a coffee today. So I'm gonna make some coffee. Chris should be done any second and I'm gonna head out and go grocery shopping, which is like, it's like not my least favorite thing to do, but it's not my favorite. Honestly, it's not even like the shopping part that drives me crazy. It's the bringing everything in part that really drives me crazy. We also just got a new Nespresso machine. I have not had Starbucks for a whole week now. If not every day, I would get it every other day. And now I like don't need to do that because I have this amazing thing. I honestly feel like it is just saving me so much money.
Remember to take your receipt.
I just finished putting away groceries. It's definitely getting a little bit later now and I'm starting to get very tired, but I'm going to push through because the last thing I want to do is actually plan November's content. November's going to be a busy month for me. We just have a lot of upcoming plans and things that we're going to be doing. I'm going to sit down for a little bit, refresh my Notion page and prepare for the month of November. I'm excited for it because November is like kind of like the start of the holiday season. I know I mentioned it earlier and I actually did end up rearranging some of my books. You guys know, if you've seen previous videos of mine, you guys know this is like one of my favorite bookshelves that I have. It kind of just holds like my top tier romance books. So I went through and I rearranged it. If I have a picture of how it looked before, I'll like put it right here for you guys to see. I feel like it just looks more clean like this. Before I had books kind of facing different ways. I had book stacks in there and I also feel like having the books like this, I'm able to fit just a ton more. So this is what it looks like. Up here is kind of like my dark romance shelf, which is so funny that I have my Jane Austen vase here. I still have to read the Four Horsemen series, and I think this is the Maid series behind here. Here we have all my favorite books ever, guys. You guys know if you've seen reading vlogs on my channel, this is like my baby shelf. Top tier romance books. We have the Twisted series, the Kings of Sin series, the Dirty Air series, the Dreamland Billionaire series, and then the Knock 'em Out series. Obsessed with all these books. Up next, we have the Addicted and Calloway Sister series. Still have to make my way into the Calloway Sister series. And then here is the beginning of my very extensive Elle Kennedy collection. I actually got a advanced reader's copy of The Graham Effect, and I am so excited to start it. And then after Elle Kennedy, we have my little Hannah Grace collection, Icebreaker and Wildfire, and then these are like special editions of those covers. And then we go down another tier. We have a lot of books on the shelf that I actually haven't read yet, but they're all books I really want to get around to soon. And then we go down one more shelf. We have some Allie Hazelwood books here, another one of my favorite authors. These are her Book of the Month editions. Then we have Happy Place by Emily Henry, another great book. It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. This is like a special edition copy, as well as Verity. And then this is my little Colleen Hoover collection. And then down here is just my Magnolia Parks collection, which I absolutely love these covers. And then at the very top, this is like stack right here is like a stack of 5-star reads that I just put up there because they're like my favorite books and I think they should be on display. That's like my all-time favorite bookshelf. And then over here, I did do a little rearranging. This is kind of like my fantasy bookshelf, I guess you could say. Up here, we just have a lot going on and a lot of books I actually haven't even read yet. This is a newer one I just picked up. It's Throne of the Fallen. It looks so good, but it's actually part of the Kingdom of the Wicked series, so I have to read this series before jumping into that. But I think this is like a Barnes & Noble special edition, so that's why I picked it up. Assistant to the Villain is like one of my favorite reads of this year, honestly. We have the gorgeous illustrated pop-up versions of the Harry Potter series. I only have 1, 2, and 3. I don't believe book 4 is out just yet. And then next to it, I have the OG. Literally had them forever. And then next to it, we have the Shatter Me series. Dropping down again, we have the ACOTAR series as well as Crescent City series, which I cannot wait to jump into. These are also special edition books from Barnes, which I am totally obsessed with. Then we have Fourth Wing and Divine Rivals, another set of books that are like my favorites of this year. I read the series last year and absolutely loved it. The Brothers Hawthorne is a newer one. I haven't read that one yet. And then this one is actually a special edition book. And then down here is just like more random fantasy books. There's some holiday books. For the most part, I really just reorganized my fantasy bookshelf and then my romance bookshelf. I also did some rearranging in the bedroom, which I mentioned earlier. I spent like all last night cleaning the bedroom and rearranging it, but this is another little bookshelf that I kind of rearranged last night, and I actually unhauled a ton of my Book of the Month books. These are like the only ones I really have left. These are all like reading journals and stuff like that. We have a cutie little stack of books there. We have the Chestnut Spring series here right on display because it's like my favorite series. This is just like a book cart filled of random books that I'm actually selling on my Pinko, which I'll have it linked down below if you guys want to check it out. Last but not least, we have my favorite books just kind of on display on the wall. The Fairy Loot version and Owl Crate version of Divine Rivals. And then up here we have Once Upon a Broken Heart, The Ballad of Never After, and A Curse for True Love. These are the Barnes & Noble special editions. I kind of want to get like a middle tier shelf here. I'm getting the UK covers of those books though, and they are absolutely stunning, so I definitely want to get another like acrylic shelf to put somewhere to put them on display. They deserve their own shelf. But I am going to sit down and do some planning for the month of November. I have to refresh my Notion because it's a mess. At the end of every month, my Notion is like literally all over the place. I'm going to do that.
Afternoon on a train, I only took it because